Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverage is a very zesty lemon and pink ginger botanical boost. Is it a soda? Is it a carbonation? Either way, it's wet. So welcome back to the game, and previously, among other things, we were building the left visitation, the cleaning cupboard, extra parole. We had started but certainly have not finished the dormitory in the centre, giving us a current safe capacity of 79, but we have 83 prisoners. We also put in things like the infirmary and then this big building down here, which is going to contain, well, for a start, I need to fix in the exports, deliveries, and probably the garbage. Yeah, those rooms need to be sorted because they are split in two. That's going to cause a huge amount of pathing issues. But we also need to put in extra security in here. And then finally, we also completed a lot of grants because we'd already done all of the sort of checklist for it. So yeah, either way, we're going to crack on and see how far we get in this episode. I'd like to think at minimum we would be able to finish off the dormitory and put in the rooms on the left and right. It's currently designated for 6 rooms, but I think we're probably going to have 4 rooms, but I'll touch on that later on. There's also a lot more foundation to put in and more security, and there's just a lot to do, but we do have a lot of money, and hopefully that's not going to become an issue because obviously we have a constant intake, as you're probably well aware. 24 prisoners every day, so let's just see what we can do. First things first, go over to rooms here and to garbage, and I'm going to move the garbage over to the front here. And that's because, as I said, it's sort of split up over the area here. Let's go with actually deliveries. I'm going to put in deliveries in like so, and then we're going to go for some exports, and then I guess it doesn't really matter where these things go. I guess I'll put some exports up there, why not? And then all of this will be removed, which might cause a bit of an issue for the current trucks, but we shall see. Okay, that's now in. As I mentioned previously, we were going for things like extra parole to try and obviously get a nice throughput of inmates. We have changed in the policy here the cut-off to, well, we've increased it actually from 30 to 60%. I don't know if that's going to be a problem, but we'll see how we get on. What I do want to do before anything else is when we have certain events, I want to change it so we don't search the cell all the time for every inmate, because that is, well, it means that if something happens, we constantly search the dormitory, and we don't want that. So I will put on escape attempts, attack staff. We will put search the cell. For the rest of it, I think we'll probably found weapons, tools, and drugs. Yes, we'll have those searched as well. So destruction will turned off for the search the cell. Attacked prisoner and staff will probably turn off as well. Serious injury. Actually, no. Do I want to keep those on? We'll go for serious injury and murder. Certainly, we'll search the inmates. For the attack, not so much, but we will search. We will be searching all of the. Well, we will be searching the offending prisoner, so that is still on. Murder certainly will keep on. Weapons, tools, and drugs. Yes, we definitely want to search the cell. We do have a lot of problems with stuff being thrown in, which is over here. This area was supposed to be indoors. It was supposed to be a foundation, and I might get onto that at some point, but obviously time is of the essence here. So let's just go and match with minimum, and then minimum, and then minimum, and then we're going to change these. Change the sec, so it is now pretty much fixed. Now hopefully that'll sort out the copious amounts of searches, which was increasing the danger level. So there we are. Inmate nutritional research is on the way. Let's go to grants, go for cell block C. We'll pick that up, and then also let's well, where do we want to focus on? Like I say, I want to get this cell block sorted, and well, I've been thinking about making some changes, and I'm going to do that. Do I do that now or later? I think actually we could probably get on with that now. Let's go with some objects and then to the bottom, and then we're going to go to dismantle, and then I'm going to remove these here. Now, why am I going to remove the bunk beds that we've recently put in? Well, that's because I've got this little gap down the middle, and I realised that I could shift the bunk beds along and it wouldn't really incur any other issues. I mean, I could shift them along and put another set of bunk beds, but that wouldn't help because it's based on the size of the dormitory. So adding in more bunk beds is just not going to not going to fix anything. So let's just remove these and then shift them while it's, I was going to say while it's currently free time, but well, maybe that's not the case at the moment. And we're going to shift these along, and there we go. That's all sorted. Like I say, adding in extra bunk beds wouldn't help. So if I did say, for example, that and then put some more in here, it wouldn't increase the total number of prisoners. In fact, as you can see there, if I pause it, you can see this is now set. We've got the 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 40, and it does count up there to 40. So 40 beds in total. Obviously, it's bunk beds, so all doubled up there. So if we just get this to build, also I'm going to go for some electrical cables like so. Yeah, once this is built, you'll see this will go up to, we're up to 70, we're up to 74, 76, 8, 9, and then it's going to stop. Why is it tapped out at 79, even though we've got all of the bunk beds? It should be on an even number, you would assume, because we've got, well, 40, then up to 80 because we've doubled it. Well, as I said, it's because of the sizings there of this thing. So adding more bunk beds would not help. And people have mentioned about adding more bunk beds. I just wanted to cover it. Right, so they're cracking on with that. And then let's see then. Let's go over to planning and walls. And I'm just going to run a wall like so. And then over here, I'm going to add in a couple of things. So we've got in, what is this? It's 6. I don't need this symmetrical. We've got a storage here. Do I want a storage down the bottom? We probably could. I want in a couple of things. I want in maybe... well, this is going to be a kennel. We will have an indoor kennel. So it will be 3 and then a gap and then 3 and then... actually, you know what? I'll just do that. So we're going to have a gap of 9. Is that right? So we'll have 3 there. And no, actually, it's going to be that. So it's going to be, say, the dog kennels and stuff there. Actually, do I want it that way, or do I want to make it the other way? It could be that, and no, it would not fit in. Okay, right. So that would be with the kennels and with the food bowls at the front. So I'm going to have it like this, and that is probably nowhere near the sizing that I actually need. So what I'll do is run in, well, let's go with kennel, and then I'm going to bring a kennel, which is going to run down. That's probably a bit too large, but we do need a quite large area for all the dogs, because obviously a lot of escapes. I do anticipate some escapes in this episode via tunneling, I should point out. Anyway, so we've got the kennel placed in like so. I do have this open, so we have kennels along here. I don't know if that is going to work out or not. Do I have it? We should probably have it like that. Can I allow them to go through the kennel? Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem, actually. Let's do a couple of things, actually. Storage. It's all going to be based on the other rooms in here. So let's have a bit of a storage back there. Let's go with a wall in... doing this at night, which is making it even more difficult. Then we want a couple of other rooms. We want an armory. So the armory, we're going to say, is going to be 8 maybe. So we'll have it like that. We need a security room. Storage there. Do I need storage there? You know what? I'm going to shift storage. I'm going to shift storage up to... well, there was a space, and there is, I think, fine for it. Yeah, okay. So we'll need an area for security and for the armory. I'll put the armory back here, which I think that is sufficient. This is going to be for our... this is going to be for our security room, and I'm going to make it an odd number because I'm going to have the 3x1 CCTV on one side, so it's 9 to there, but then that is 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce that down to 5. Actually, no, the kennel's far too large. Let me just go up to there. So that's going to be a 7. Then it's going to be a 9. And then the kennel is going to be hopefully even, which is 18. That should do it for now. Okay, let's run with that. So let's go with walls and brick wall. And then I'm going to put in this. And then these on here, and naturally it will mean some of the lights are going to go. In fact, most of the lights are going to go because it's the auto lighting issue. Let's go with storage, and yes, I've kept this paused the whole time because naturally I don't want to incur any wasted. I don't want to have any wasted time. That's going in there. So yeah, sorted. That's fine. And they're going to place in the walls. The kennel I will designate. So kennel will go down to here. We'll have in the armory, which I was going to say have got unlocked. I just haven't spelt it correctly. And then security, which I've already got one, but I've never finished building. Security is going to be that size there, I think. I think all of them are going to be, actually, now that I look at it, kennel, they're going to be sort of that large size, and then I can, put all the doors in and stuff. So that should do for now. There we go. And let's actually populate that. So dog crates, it's going to be a fairly simple matter of, well, placing them along here. And then we're going to have a dog bowl. That's going to run like so. That'll do for now. And then armory, guard lockers will go along here. We'll have a weapons rack, which is going to go in, well, it doesn't really matter, but there. You also need a table, or a small table, which I'm going to put on the other side, and then we can run loads of lockers and stuff. So that should be done. You think our guards need a little more shock power, you can enable prison policy, and have stun battens. Yes, I think we will have stun battens. So we will go for stun battens. Oh, it's already activated. Let's also go bureaucracy. Let's unlock body armor for a start. And we're going to go for tax relief to get some more money there. CCTV improvement, and then we'll unpause it. And then we'll also go for long-term investment. Yeah, that's fine. Long-term investment will be done shortly. I don't know about the immediate nutritional research. I don't know how we're going to get on with that one. Dog handlers, let's go with 10. Let's go with a total of 60 workers, because we're going to do some cloning. More guards. Guards we're still working on. Let's go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I will pause it because we need to set up the patrols, and let's do that now. Dog handlers, we will assign 1 there, 1 there. Actually, no, that's probably a bad idea. Actually, no, it's not a bad idea. 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. So they're always trying to check around this area. 1 in the middle. Armed guard. Armed guard. And I'm not going to have them necessarily in the cell block, I don't think. I might have to change that up. That's just a preliminary one. How are we doing for dogs, actually? 1, 2, 3, 4. And also, I should probably put some power in here as well, which is going to eventually run up from this this power room, but for now I'm just going to get in some sort of power like that. Okay, right. That is... Oh, that's a tunnel. That's a tunnel. We have a tunnel already. Right. That could be a bit of an issue. But we are going to find it straight away. And the reason for that is... these aren't enclosed. Let me go ahead and fix that. Doors, and let's go with a... Ooh, door, large shield door, or solitary door. Solitary door will make it more secure. Large jail is just going to make it easier for all involved, like that. And then that one down the bottom can be a staff door. It's fine. Yeah, the reason why we're going to find this tunnel is I'm going to remove all of these showers and toilets here, because I'm going to put them probably about here. So I'll show you that in a moment. I'm just waiting for these doors and stuff to be installed and other things. Yeah, that's fine. That's working. So, now that it is next morning and everybody has used the showers and toilets, let me go over to dismantle, and then I'm going to dismantle all of these. And then this is where it's going to kick off massively, because we will find the tunnel, and then everybody's going to try and escape. So there's the tunnel, and oh, how far does it go is the question. So it goes down to... Oh, right. So any further, an inmate would have actually got out. Right, so how long has that dormitory been occupied? The question is not long. Yet, in spite of that, we've had them dig. It's curious that they've dug down, and I don't know why that is, but yeah, they have. So what I'm doing here is I'm moving the toilets and the showers to the beds. Now this is going to become a little bit of an issue, because it means that they are closer to this wall, but I've got patrol, so I'm hoping it's going to be all right. I did contemplate putting in some walls here. But that would actually remove the size of the dormitory. Like, it would shrink it down, should I say, not remove. So instead I am going to just use some shower pillars. They're not going to look great, but they should do. And the reason for this is it just makes it easier to fit in some more objects. So I can put stuff more in the centre and then things down the bottom. And speaking of things, what sort of things are we talking here? Well, we're going to put in anything to do with their needs. So spirituality, which will require a prayer mat. I'm going to put the prayer mats on either side like so. Actually, you know what? I won't put them on the very edge. Let's see if I can put them like this. Why have I just put them on the very edge again? What an idiot. So they'll go like that. And then also we're going to put in bookshelves, which is going to go like so. And that should hopefully meet some literature needs. Ideally, you'd want them there as well, but that's not going to happen. We want in some gym mats, which are going to run down like that. And then you've got a bit of a space there, which I can put... What could I put? Anything that they could realistically walk across should go there, but I'm not too sure what that would be. Right. I could also put in some large TVs there and there. What's the area of effect for large TVs? Let me put one in there, and actually, you know what, there and there. And let's see if that gets sorted. I also need, obviously, to go to some water here and run the water pipes to... Well, I'm going to run them to... there and there, and then sell these ones and these ones, and hopefully that will suffice. We shall see, but that should meet the needs. Let's see if these go in. It's taken the workers a while, but there you go. They are actually going on the gym mat there. Oh, there, good area effect. Oh, there we go. So it's only a couple of beds that aren't being affected by the large TVs. So that's actually a good thing. We want in something to do with family need. So I could put in calling booths. It says fulfills their family need. Yeah, improves a common room's grade though, and we don't have a common room. Let's just go with phone. And I'm going to put in the phone booths. Well, do I want to set phone booths along here and here? I'm not too sure. We also need maybe... Let's have a quick look at needs. Actually, all right. Bit of recreation need there, but I have obviously added in more. Let's go with a common room. Let's see what other things we can put for recreation. Arcade cabinets. Recreation and comfort, actually. Okay. Let's go with a gap of 2 from there. 1, 2, 3. Same thing on this side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then phone booths in the middle. That's recreation and comfort. And I've still got space in the middle. Okay, that's good. That is good. So I did say I want to put flooring in, and that is what I said. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. Enclosed, surrounded by walls and doors, no. Kennel. Oh, it's this little section here. There we go, yes. Armory's in. Security. Let's go with CCTV monitor. 3. A door control system. There. Phone tap. There for now. And that'll give me enough to put in here. Okay. I'm trying to get as many of the side quests done as possible. Oh, look, in nutritional research is now... We've done half of it. I can now do the other half of it. It's going to make it easier if I do it sooner rather than later, but, well, we shall see. So, these rooms here. We've got... Originally, there was 6 rooms. I don't think I need more paroles, so I'm going to put it down to 4. That's because we're going to have in a chapel. We're going to have in a a shop. We're going to have in a... actually, a shop. We want a classroom. And we want a meeting room. So, obviously there's other rooms that we could put in, certainly. But why these rooms? Of all the rooms we can put in, why those? Well, I think that's the best middle ground for the remaining space. My thoughts are... well, frightening, actually. But thoughts for this game are we can go for the shop for luxuries, the chapel for spiritual guidance, but also has a calming effect. Meeting room, similar thing with animal therapy and other programs, and classroom, just generally training. The only thing I'm missing out on is flower therapy, but it can be a bit glitchy, so yeah, we'll just have to deal with that. Right, I'm going to spend a bit of time putting in the foundation here. Oh. Yes, because if I have foundation in like so, it will stop contraband being thrown in. Now, obviously, this is going to massively glitch things out, but I'd rather do it sooner rather than later. So let's see. Let's have the workers crack on with that one. While they're doing, actually, I'll put in things like the chapel and such. So I'll go to normal speed while they do that. So chapel. The altar will go in there. We need pews, which I'll put in 1, 2, 3, 4, and then, well, put another one in. 5. Prayer mats go on the bottom. On either side, why not? Shop. Let's go for shop. Shop front will go on here. We need tables, shop shelf, and adjacent shop front, which is done. So shop shelving, like so. Table, or table small, can go in there, that's fine. Classroom. Classroom. Office desk. Blackboard. Why not? School desk. From the bottom. That will do. Water cooler. We're fine. Meeting room. I always oversize these. This is what we're having in. Now we can't put... there's certain things we can't run, programs-wise. And that is... let me... have I done the walls? Put the walls back in there. Put the walls back in there. Yes. So certain things we can't run. So I can't run things like... well, anything to do with common rooms. So I'm thinking, what was it? Alcoholics group therapy is probably one we can't do. Obviously, carpentry we can't do, workshop we can't do, foundation education we can, general education we can, behavioural, no, pharmacological treatment to drug addiction I'm not running, spiritual guidance we will be able to, solar panel no, flower therapy, glitchy, and also it would mean one of these being outside, closer to the edge, not good enough. Conflict resolution, yeah, 3 strikes, yes, both of those, and reform prisoner, yes. So most of them we can do, I think. I also want to run some first aid and fire safety training and other things from here. Let's unlock tasers, and don't need to unlock anything else. Legal prep would be nice, but I don't have the cash. I think because I've probably hired far too many workers, but I will need them like once we've got this done. So yeah, you can see they are still building. It's taking a while. But all good. Once this is done, by the way, I'll obviously put flooring in and go from there. Looks like they've done most of it. Oh, yeah, that's a big problem. Okay, right. You can see there's these here being bricked up. So let me go demolish walls and demolish these bits here. The rest of it's okay, but we will demolish those. We'll go over to doors and to large jail door. We'll put one in there, put one there. But this is now internal, which means that we should be all right there. Deployment should be all right as well. That shouldn't be staff only. These ones are all right. We can go for now some prison labour, and the rest of it's all built. So actually then, programs wise, kitchen safety and hygiene, let's just absolutely spam that until it gives up. Well, that'll do for now. There's a lot running there. I'm gonna just, because of the size of the facility, I'm just gonna have to let the game deal with it. In terms of the scheduling, you understand. Let's go for spiritual guidance. Run a couple of those. Animal therapy. Run a couple of those. 3 strikes. Conflict resolution. Conflict resolution, certainly. That'll do for now. Actually, let's run... If we're going to run something, we run 3 of it. Because we've got 3 different categories. Well, 3 different regimes, really, of inmates. Technically 4, but the Supermax follows the same one as maximum. So hopefully that'll be fine. Okay, right. That is all good. We are going to get long-term investment. Inmate nutritional research, I might be able to sort of cheat. And what do I mean by that? Well, it doesn't say you have to do it all at once. You can just run a little bit of it. I'll do it, though, I think... Do I do it now? It means altering the policy. It really does. It's so silly to hire so many workers at this point. Sorry, guys. I know I've spent the money, but I thought we'd get more. I thought the daily cash flow would alter itself. Okay, let's go with the 9 grand we've got. Why is that chapel? Oh, minimum size 6x6. Ah, chapel ain't gonna go. What would small cells? Ah, small cells. I'm gonna have to do something else for the chapel, aren't I? Okay, what else can we put in there? I'm going to dismantle it for now then. Like that. And I'll remove the room. I could put something else in there, I just don't know what. Common room? Common room would go in there, then we can run more programs. A library I don't think we need. You know what? When in doubt, check the needs. Luxuries, literature, spirituality. Literature, probably filled by the bookshelf. A library would go for... Yeah, large shelf of books. You'll need a few of these in your library. Or mail room. Hang on. Mail room. Receive mail and staffed by prisoners. That'll meet for family need. And library. Send box of discarded news books. I think of all things a mail room. I think a mail room's probably where we're going to be at with that one. Yeah. Okay. Let's go with that. Let's just see if we can put that in. Oh. Dismantle. Probably going to remove a light there, but hey ho. And let's put tables in. There we go. And I'll put the light back in as well. Should sort that out. Again, we're going to receive some more inmates. I am going to do a tunnel search. When in doubt, tunnel search. Oh! So we've had some prisoners probably fail. Paul Platter here. Oh, doing parole hearing. Estimated chance of reoffending, 97%. Okay. So it's definitely kicked off in here. Lots of injuries, and sadly a dead dog over there, murdered by a prisoner with a fountain pen. Around here, though, not so much, just lots of unconscious inmates. Okay. Let's finish off the search. We didn't find a tunnel. So we will have suppression now. Prisoners are suppressed, compliant. Yeah. Alright. One thing I haven't put in is a PA system. It decreases the grade of the facility, But what it does of the yard, but it does give suppression. Okay. Am I going to put one in? I'll put one in there and there, because what we'll also do is, because I've been meaning to do this one, we're going to put in some servos. These here I'm probably just going to keep open. Lock these open. I'm not going to have these on door servos. The ones from here and here, though, I think could probably benefit from that. Doors there. Back over to wiring and CCTV. I'm going to put one CCTV there and there. And that'll look around. CCTV for here, I haven't yet decided. Okay. Well, once again, receiving inmates, but we're now on a positive daily cash flow, which is good. It's still, I can't believe we've still not done the short-term, the long-term investment. Okay, we're going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Prison Architect. I made a couple of mistakes on this one, which might cost me dearly later down the line. But next time, I want to wire in some of the security. I want to get some flooring in at some point, because we need to get this to a point where I can clone it. Prison labour. There we go. But we are running programs. Hopefully that's going to massively help out. But we can put some flooring in. We can get this to a point where it is pretty much done. Obviously there's still stuff in the middle here to build. But for the most part, we're alright. But yeah, let's see how we get on. Next time, hopefully finish this off with all the flooring, then we can go for cloning. I might also put a bigger wall around here. We'll see how we get on. As always, hope you have enjoyed it. And, well, frankly, I didn't think we'd get to this point in the campaign. I didn't think we'd get this point with it. With surviving, but only just. I do anticipate a massive escape at some point, though. Either way, let me know what you think in the comments. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic parting.